Hello everybody, hi, welcome to my channel. Adrian here, psychic tarot reader, psychic intuitive, regression hypnosis practitioner. All of those details are down below in the description. Also, what's in the description, if you are interested in oracle cards reading, I created a free course and there's a link in the description for it. Okay, there's also a link to my step-by-step traditional Rider-Waite tarot reading, but for today, or for this what do we call it? This video, this stream. I wanted to just do a pick of cards. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use two decks of cards. I'm going to use the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards by Carl Gray. This is such a beautiful deck of cards. And then I'm going to use a brand new deck that I picked up yesterday, which I am besotted with. And it's called the Modern Tarot Reader. And it comes with the most beautiful booklet. When I saw this, I thought to myself, this is so incredible because it's got so much information. It speaks about elements, it speaks about colors, astrology in tarot, ways to use tarot, caring for your deck, storage, different spirits, moon cycle spirit, which is actually a fantastic one. It's got a Celtic cross. So it's not like, I wouldn't say like detailed, but it has quite a lot of valuable information, especially if you're new to tarot reading, and you're not that familiar with it. It's got a lot of really helpful guidance there for you. So in this reading, I'm going to draw for you 3 cards from the Keepers of the Light. So if you look at this afterwards, obviously not live, but if you look at this afterwards, there's going to be some timestamps over there. And I would say just go with whatever resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3, maybe at a different date could feel different. Another thing that you can maybe do is you can maybe look at it almost like a 3-card spread, like a general now energy, present, past influence, and what is heading towards you. And you can decide, maybe 1, 2, or 3, and you can decide which one is the present for you, which is the past, and which energy coming towards you. Please remember this is a general reading, so please take it as it resonates. Okay, now I'm so excited to do this for you all. I hope that you're doing really, really good. I hope that you're doing amazing, my beautiful people. I'm very excited because I just recorded the first lesson for my Mind Unlocking and Psychic Development course, and it's training that is taking place in a private Facebook group that I have. My Facebook group, AHN Great Life. So AHN Great Life is obviously the public group, but then why am I tongue twisted? I've got a private group just for the coaching itself. There we go, and number 3, let's say the bottom of the deck. I'm going to see what those are. So if you're interested in any of those, you can either send me an email. My email address is down below in the description. Or you can also follow me on either Instagram or Facebook. There's links to those in the description as well. And then you can send me a DM, a private message. All right, are you all ready? Before we do anything, let's place our hand on our heart. Let's take in a nice deep breath. And let's celebrate our oneness. Because I am you and you are me. We are all connected. There is no separation. Separation is a perception. It's not a reality. Isn't that amazing? All right. I'm excited. Okay, option number 1. Lady Nada, I haven't had this card in ages. It says Heart Awakening. Awaken to the acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. You are being called here, option 1, to be number 1, to place yourself number 1 in your life. Because you know what? I spoke to a very good friend of mine yesterday. We just had this conversation, and actually there was another person with us as well. One of her friends was actually a shaman, and we were speaking about how, whilst obviously we all support being nice people and be considerate of others and those type of things, nobody's saying that you should be an idiot, but we are so focused as human beings often from learned behavior that you have to be there for everyone and you have to do what's going to make everybody happy and those sort of things. Nothing wrong with that. But we get into the space where we become self-sacrificial in a way that we find it almost being some sort of fabulous, And just imagine if every single person on this planet focused on filling their own cup first, their cup with love, and everybody else wanted you to fill your own cup with love first. what we will have, and this is something so beautiful, there's this one lady that you may or may not know called Ian Levenzan, and she speaks about your cup being so full that it flows over, that you never need to dip into your cup because there's so much surplus beauty that's available. And there is a space in life that you want to get to. Okay? Do you all like my mala beads? I got them yesterday. I love them. You know? I actually really laughed yesterday. There's really amazing stores in Cape Town. So yesterday, when I was going to my friend's house, I took a walk and I was like, in this place, an area in Cape Town called Long Street. And I suppose I look a little bit like a foreigner mixed with the locals because everybody kept on asking me, oh, where are you from? It's like, no, I'm a South African. I'm from here. And so I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm so blessed to be living in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And I want to encourage you, if you look at this also, to look at the things in life that are actually working out for you, because you know what? So often we want to be at different places and things like that, but we don't appreciate what we have and where we are. And it's when we appreciate what we have and where we are that it expands beautifully more and more and more. Remember, I always like to say the universe is like one of those, those students that you get in a class, almost like teacher pets. They're like that. The universe wants to make you happy. It wants to be there for you. And this is something that I like to share as well. Think of yourself, so I love fish tanks, so when I create a fish tank, I want to do it responsibly. I want those fish to be happy. So I want to make sure that I set it up in such a way that those fish are having the best possible time of their life. Now, whatever I do, every now and then, maybe the fishes won't be so happy. But I want you to think of, then I'll do something to make them happy. And I'll observe them. Now, I want you to think almost in the same way when it comes to the universe, the creator, that maybe the creator created us and we're like this fishes inside of this tank and it wants us to be happy. And when things go a little bit south, the creator will do whatever it needs to do to get ourselves beautifully back on track again. All right, let's see what we've got for you in tarot cards in this beautiful deck, and you're going to see the images are just gorgeous. The cards are a little bit flimsy, but the images are gorgeous. Suit of elixirs, which I believe are cups, and it's number 13. So it says Queen of Cups. Okay. This is a reminder for me when I look at this that even out of the most hopeless situations in life, beauty can come. The beauty can always come from any moment. Okay. And then we've got the 8 of Cups, and it says, let go potion, despair, aura cleanse, soul journey, the void, wake up potion. You are being called into the beautiful soul journey of who you are, that beautiful potential of what your life can become. You are reminded that you came to this planet to soar and to be happy and to have joy and to experience abundance. So much abundance that your life is just this, it's like a most beautiful rainbow with like sparkles on top. That was the purpose of your life. I encourage you to open yourself to that. Heart awakening, as we heard there in the beginning. Okay? Open yourself to the idea that you are a beautiful divine being and that you are here with a purpose, and a very important purpose. Okay? And, I also like to remind sometimes my clients that would be like, well, I'm here on earth to learn lessons, and I don't disagree with that. But maybe the lesson that you came here to learn is that maybe you need to chillax a little bit. Be easy on yourself. Laugh, have faith, have trust, Just because we're here learning lessons doesn't mean that it has to be this incredibly overwhelming experience. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, this is amazing. 7 of Coins. You're ready for that next step. You're ready for financial abundance. Page of Wands. You're ready to unlock beautiful things over there. You see magic growing all over the place. And the Chariot. This is about balance. So you are definitely being called to balance here, beautiful soul. You are called here to take a moment to maybe give some more time to yourself, to give some more energy towards you, to be nice to yourself, okay? To honor and respect yourself, to be open to the idea of how amazing could your life actually become. I mean, here's the profound reminder. We all only have so much time on this planet. We don't really know when we're going to go. And imagine if today was your last day on this planet. And tomorrow you look back to today that was your last day. How would you like to look at it? I remember the moment so clearly. I was very young. I was like, I don't know, I was like 23 or 24, something like that. And I'm 39 and a half now. I remember the moment I made this decision that I said, when I die one day, whether I get a deathbed or I get to look back on my life, reflect back, I want to know that I did all of what I could do to love my life, to appreciate this, this gift of life. And it doesn't mean that I don't get unhappy or overwhelmed or sad or frustrated or angry or whatever. But it also means that I understand that I am much larger than any moment. One moment in time doesn't define who I am. And one moment in time doesn't define who you are. Because you are a beautiful, wonderful, incredible, fantastic being of infinite potential. Now start buying into that. Okay? Number 2. The divine director. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And I would like to add to that happiness is your birthright. You know, that we live in a world where we are taught from such a young age, and it's generational coaching, so it's not even your parents' fault. It's been, you know, yonks and yonks and yonks and yonks and yonks for decades. This has been taught to us that you know, that in order to be deserving of anything, you need to work hard. You have to almost sacrifice yourself, you know. Money doesn't grow on trees. Figures go going around because technically it does if it's paper, you know. Just the ideas that we have, in order to be deserving of anything, you have to work so hard. You have to suffer for good things to happen in your life. Why? That's not a very comfortable belief to harbor within yourself. Okay? Here's the thing. So we look sometimes in life and we'll see that some people work very, very hard and they're still really, really challenged. Whereas other people, they sort of cruise through life and they're doing really, really well. It has all got to do with their foundational belief about who they are, what their worth is, what their value is. That is what it's got to do with. Okay? Know that you are more than deserving of having all the wonderful things you want to have in this world. When we start looking into something like quantum physics, for example, we get to see how nothing is actually really real. We create the life that we live, we create our conscious experience of life based on what is sort of projected to us from our subconscious mind, and we observe it, and by observing it, we make it real. Nothing is real, okay? Know that you can be as fulfilled as you choose to be. And everybody doesn't have to approve of that either. Your life is about you. That is why it's called your life. Okay? Take conscious responsibility for it. Be happy, be joyous, because you know what? Soon before long, you, me, all of us will be dead. Okay? And a good thing to sometimes think about is that when we're in those moments in life that are feeling so big and so overwhelming, when you think about it back in reflection, just imagine you're no longer in this experience of life and you're reflecting back. Will this one moment still be as big and profound as it appears while you're in it? All right? There's more to you than just this one moment. Since 5 cards came out for the other one, we're going to take 5 cards for this one as well. And you've got the 10 of coins, 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles. This is a space of abundance. There's so much that's promised to you. All those broken promises in your life, all those times when you felt that you weren't good enough, all those times when you gave your all those times when you thought this was the moment of success and it didn't happen, all of that is collectively coming together now, but in a positive sense, so that you can be happy because you deserve it. All right? 6 of cups, or 6 of elixirs in this case. How beautiful is this? Think of yourself as a Think of yourself as an experiment. But think of yourself as an experiment in such a way that the more you are open to the idea of becoming interested and excited of how much more beautiful your life can become, the more beautiful it becomes. So the more you start to ponder on, what your amazing capability and potential in this life may be, the more you actually open the gateways and the doorways and the windows for more of that beauty to come into your life. And all you need to do is think about it. Isn't that incredible? Four of cups, four of coins, four of pentacles. Remember, four is about balance. I love this so much for you. There's financial balance coming in here. There's emotional balance coming in here. Some of you might be feeling very overwhelmed because of money, because you have concerns, which is pretty much normal for where we are at the moment. But the universe want to let you know that it's got your back, that you're going to be okay, that the source of life has got your back, that you are not alone. Your guides are always walking with you. Your angels are always walking with you. Help is always available. Solutions and opportunities are always available. I encourage you to open your heart, your mind, and your soul to the idea that life wants you to be successful, and it wants to help you to be successful. It wants to help you to be happy and to have a joyous experience of life, so that your life gets continuously better and better and better every single day and every single minute. I encourage you to open yourself to that, and to, even when you go to a point where you're like, I don't really know what the solution is, but I know that it might exist. For many years. And initially this came a lot more from a point of being more from sort of like sarcasm as opposed to, practicing love. But I used to say two things. One, that when it comes to me, hi Colette, when it comes to me, God loves to show off. And then other times I would be even more defiant than that. I would say like, yo God, if you want to show how wonderful you are, you show me. And guess what? Because remember, the source of all, the creator, the essence, it doesn't judge us, in the same way that, when you raise your child or an animal or whatever, they do all these funky things and people go like, oh, so cute. Life looks at us in the same way, all right? It wants to help you. It wants to support you. It wants to be there for you, for your greatest good. What else do we have for you, number twos? The Strength card. It's time to release. It's time to let go of limiting thoughts and beliefs. And I'm not talking about letting go of like, well, maybe I'm good enough. I'm talking about letting go of I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not white enough, black enough, tall enough, short enough, blah, 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 blah. You are exactly who you are meant to be. And before you incarnated on this planet as a soul having a human being experience, you, with your council, you had a nice sit down. If I was on that council, there would have definitely been beverages, whether it's in energy or not. And I can actually imagine that I would come to Earth just for the food. I really would. That would be reason enough for me. But there was a beautiful plan that was set together for your life. And you may not know all the details of that plan, but imagine going from a belief that all of life is supporting you every single moment of every single day, whether you're happy, glad, sad, praising the universe, defiant, whatever, that you've got this beautiful source that is completely unbiased and that will always help you in every single possible way that you can allow. That's when your life begins to flow, Even when you look at something like divine timing, I know that for those of you that follow my channel, you would have heard this before, but divine timing is when you, within yourself, become an energetic alignment for that occurrence to take place. When you read, for example, A Course in Miracles, it starts off by saying that miracles is just a confirmation that you are on the right path. Okay? For anything really. Be it that you want love or money or whatever it is that you want. It's an inside job. You have to find it within yourself first. And so you are encouraged to let go of those thoughts and those beliefs and those values that you are not good enough, because you are. Okay. And lastly, you've got the Tower. It's about releasing all of those things that are no longer serving you positively. You may be in a space where things are feeling very overwhelming. And then you want to ask, why is it feeling overwhelming? Did you maybe communicate that you want to have a bigger experience of life, a more beautiful experience of life? Did you communicate that you want to have a wonderful flow of life? Well, in order to have a wonderful flow, you need to be released of the things that are in the way of that flow. You know what I'm saying? Number 3. My lips are really dry, guys. Number 3, Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. And it says, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. I mean, come on. How beautiful is that? Hey? How beautiful is that? All right? You are safe. First confirmation. And you know, there is such a beautiful affirmation to say in your day as you go through your days. I remember back in the day, I can't remember when it was, 2016, 2017, somewhere there around. It was 2016, because I remember I was sort of coming out of the space where I wanted to commit suicide because I just felt that I wasn't worth anything. And I started to work through this beautiful book by Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life. And one of the affirmations in there was, I am safe. And I felt anything but safe at the time. I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel that I was deserving of being alive. I was convinced that God has to be flawed, even though I didn't really believe in God, I must say. Or I sort of had a bit of a tug of war kind of going on with God. But I believed that God must be flawed because God created me. And I was most definitely flawed. All right? So for me, I am safe was a very big affirmation for me to go through my days. And because I was still operating from a lot of my negative patterning where I believed that I wasn't good enough, I obviously still had a lot of those experiences in my life, you know. But when I really started to buy into this idea that I am safe, that the universe has got my back, that the entire universe is here to support me, things began to change for me. You know, and this was a challenging period for me because I lost a relationship that I thought I had. I lost my apartment and everything inside of it. I mean, everything inside of it. I gave accommodation to these people that were staying at my house, and me being, you know, in victim mentality at the time, or in saver mentality actually, kind of like a blend between the two, who stole, like, I used to be a professional photographer, stole all my equipment. I lost my job. I lost my relationship. But I chose to believe that whatever happens, one way or the other, there's a benefit in here for me. Somehow life is here to support me. And I used to say that affirmation over and over. I am safe. All of life is here to support me. Okay? The angels are here to support me. Then it begins to happen. When you begin to see yourself for the miracle that you are, and the miracle that you've always been, then life really unfolds for you in such incredible ways. In fact, I'm so excited right now. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to have some lunch. I told you all I love food. And then I'm actually going to do a live on my Facebook page. Why not? Let's see what we have. Okay. So, 7 of Blades, 7 of Swords. There's a lot of healing that has been done here for you. There's a lot of pain that you have experienced here. But there's also a beautiful reminder here that from a lot of pain, a lot of beauty can grow as well. Okay? When you experience a lot of pain, and if you are, I want to send you love from my heart. But there's also a reminder here that, you know, from the most terrible experiences in life, a lot of beauty can come. Okay? Judgment. What is really best for you? I'm not saying what it is, not what you were told is best for you. When you're checking in your heart, when you breathe, imagine yourself breathing into your heart space. What is the heart whispering to you? What is the soul whispering to you? Okay? What are the, and this is where it gets tough sometimes with what's sort of like growing in life, be it spiritual, psychological, you call it whatever you call it, it's all growth. Sometimes we have to release people that we never thought we'd have to release in our lives. But everybody's not always ready to walk the journey with us. And when we try to force somebody to walk the journey with us and they're not ready for that, in essence, we're sort of impairing on their free will. Okay? So it might be time to go to really take an honest look at your life and to see who is it that you might need to release. And if it's very overwhelming for you, I'm not very good at letting go of people either. I really am not. Ask your angels for help. Ask your guides for help. Ask them for assistance. You know, they are here to help you. But remember, we also have free will. And a source of light is never going to impair on your free will. That is a dark source vibe. Okay? For some of you there, you're at a crossroads. And for many of you, you're at a crossroads because you are at a space where you are motivated to move forward in a beautiful, beautiful way. But, you know, maybe you're hoping that certain people would be going this way with you. And this is never really easy because these could be close friends, partners, spouses, siblings, family members, friends, colleagues. It's very hard sometimes. Okay? Maybe you recently got promoted and so maybe now you have to be more in a space where you take more sort of like an authoritative stand. And it's not always easy. But remember, sorry, that your life, it's called your life for a reason because it's your life. And you have to be the prime objective in your life. Because, you know, we've been taught through these many generations that it's almost honorable to sacrifice yourself. Could be honorable if you want it to be, but it's definitely not a pleasure. Okay. Hi, Robin. Knight of Coins. It's time to start looking at money, but also the things that money can buy in a different way. All right. Let's say you want to get something. Doesn't matter what it is. Let's say you want a set of pens and they, what is this, a pencil actually, and they like cost a ridiculous amount of money, but you want it. I want to encourage you so strongly to step away from the idea that in order to get something in your life, you need to get a certain amount of money in order to get that. Because if you've got problems with money, then you first have to overcome that in order to get what you want to get. But if you can say, this is what I'd like to have, and I'm open for it to flow to me in the easiest and most effortless way, which honors the greatest good of all, myself included, then wonderful things can start flowing into your life and it can be easy. Okay? And yeah, 10 of Swords. There's definite emotional attachment that's required here. There's a change of mind that is being asked from you. Okay? Just because things have been done a certain way for a long period of time doesn't mean you have to continue doing them this way. You know, I'm a little bit naturally defiant because I'm an Aquarius moon, but when I sometimes say to people, well, why do we have to do it this way? And they say, well, this is how it's been done for the last 150 years by the founders of the company. And I mean, come on, those founders are dead. You know, the world has progressed from now. Every year or two, you get an upgrade on the software of your mobile devices. Why shouldn't it be on your mindset and the way that you look at life? We're in a space where things are progressing so fast, and there is a little bit of a warning here for you though, that you want to merge with life, because if you don't, then you actually start to fall behind. Okay, so that's what I got for you. I hope that it helps. I appreciate all of your checking in. I appreciate you liking the video because it helps my channel to grow. Before you forget, remember to subscribe to the channel, to hit that notification bell, all notifications, so you know when your readings are coming out. But from my heart, namaste, love and light.